Okay guys, so today we're gonna switch the exhaust on this thing. It's I think it's a '02 Dodge Ram with the 24 valve Cummins. And let me show you the exhaust. There it is. I think it's the MBRP. I think it's 4.5 or 4-inch exhaust. So here's a new exhaust. It comes with clamps, but I think we're just gonna end up just assembling it and then welding it, so we don't have to deal with clamps. And we'll just probably leave maybe like 2 clamps. Maybe we'll just leave 2 joints clamped and then the rest welded, or maybe just leave 1 joint clamped and the rest welded. So pretty much we're just gonna try to keep it in 2 big pieces, so that if we ever need to take it apart, we could just unclamp it and pull the exhaust out. So pretty much the current exhaust it has now is broken. As you can see, this pipe is just dangling around. It's broken right before the axle. I'm just gonna do a before and after from inside the truck. The truck's pretty dirty because it's a work truck, so there's from inside the truck with the exhaust like pretty much rusted off right before the rear axle. I don't know if you can hear the exhaust in here, but let me step outside now. On this side is where the exhaust is, so I'm not sure if you can hear me, but you can hear where the exhaust is actually broken off, like right around here. I don't know if you were able to see, but that's where it's broken off, so it's pretty much the before sound. So I'm standing probably like 5 feet from the truck. Let me walk away a bit. There's probably about 10 feet. So the first thing you're gonna want to do before you start is probably spray some WD-40 on all the bolts. This one has that big sprayer, which is kind of bad for this, but who cares? So some WD-40 is better than nothing. Usually I like to use like PB Blaster or something like that, but this is all we got right now. And usually I've seen that it works better to loosen the bolts while the exhaust is hot. For some reason the heat like kind of breaks them loose, so you pretty much spray WD-40 on the small little, on the turbo downpipe bolts, and then you spray WD-40 on the band clamp, on the clamp bolts for the actual exhaust down under the truck. Alright, so those bolts there for the downpipe, those are 13 millimeter. I already got them off. What I used is, I just used this long extension because they're kind of way up there. It's a 13 millimeter socket. I used this long extension, and I kind of used this bigger breaker bar, so in case they were like, in case if they were really tight, but they were actually pretty simple. They came off really easy. They weren't really like seized or nothing, so I got those off now. I'm probably just gonna undo one of the clamps for the exhaust. I'm just gonna undo one of the clamps and I'll take it apart and take it off. Alright, well, I got the exhaust out. I was able to get the downpipe off without taking off the tranny cross member. I don't know if it's well, actually if it's 4x4 you should be good, because the transfer case kind of goes out to the other side. So yeah, I got it out. Now I'm going to get the new exhaust and line it up to see how long, because it comes pretty much, there's like 3 different configurations for it. So I'm going to get it and match it up in length to this one. Alright guys, well, there's the exhaust. It's a little off here, but that's because it moved there, but pretty much there it is, matched up in length. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably weld the 3, this pipe, and this pipe. I'll probably weld the 3 center sections together, and I'll install the downpipe in there, and then I'll just put a clamp there, and then the part that goes over the axle here, it's in the back of the truck. I'll probably put a clamp there too, that way in the future if we need to take it apart or something, we pretty much just take off 2 clamps and then drop the 2 clamps, the clamp there in the back and then the one in the front, take out the 2 clamps, unbolt it there, and we could pretty much take out the exhaust in 3 pieces instead of having like 4 or 5 pieces. All right, let me do that. All right, so the new downpipe is on. I just need to tighten it. To put the bolts on, what I pretty much just did is held the new pipe up and then started the bolts, and I could just go through the bottom with my extension and tighten them back up. All right guys, so the next thing I did is I already installed this is pretty much the last 2 pieces of pipe, and I marked as you can see, I marked there and there for the alignment, and I marked the line like this for how much to slide it in. So now that that's on, I'm gonna weld it and slide it back in, and that way I'll only put pretty much, it'll only be a clamp here and then a clamp where it connects to the downpipe, so it'll be just 2 clamps, and then it'll be the total of a downpipe and 2 pieces of exhaust. Alright guys, so there's the exhaust all installed, and that's where, let me see if I can see where there's one of the band clamps there, and then a welded joint, welded, and then there's a band clip back where it connects to the pipe. Then there's a, let's see if I can see it through here, there's the back part of the exhaust welded up there, and then it goes over the axle and it comes out right there. Alright, so right now we're inside the truck again. There's inside the truck. I'm pretty sure it's probably quieter in the truck now. I can for sure hear the turbo though, so now let's go outside the truck. For sure you can hear the turbo a lot better. I can hear it just idling now. Right here again at about 5 feet of distance, and here's probably about 10, and that's how it sounds now. Thanks for watching.